thankful for that. But yeah, I'm kind of glad Lamont let shut everybody up. Everybody ate crow. You know what I'm saying? It's some of them just didn't know. You know, just didn't know Lamont, but a lot of them know it. But a lot of these casual fans don't know boxing. Criticize him.
I ain't gonna really think about that yet because I'm waiting after he finishes his fight with Roach. Roach is not just your average everyday opponent. Roach is a person who knows Tank, who's been around Tank his whole life. This is a different fight. You can't put Roach to the side like that. I'm sorry. Now, I'm not saying that he's gonna win the fight. I don't know that, but Roach cannot be this underrated like that. You understand? You gotta understand that Roach came from basically...
The rematch press conference between Tank Davis and Lamont Roach got intense quickly and, surprisingly, it wasn't the fighters who threw the first jab. It was the trainers. Calvin Ford, Davis' longtime coach, didn't hold back. He called Roach scared, accusing him of awakening something dangerous in Davis and now being afraid of the consequences. Ford wasn't just trying to hype the fight. He locked eyes with Roach and said, "You know, you poked the bear. Now you're scared of what's coming. You don't want that beast again."
I think the hardest punch I ever faced. No. And I ain't shitting on him or nothing like that. He can punch. But Jonathan Oquendo, he's from Puerto Rico. Bro, he got bricks in his hands, bro. I gotta do that. He punch hard. I ain't gonna lie. He a hard hit, man.
That was all Lamont. Roach succeeded to fire back. He didn't sit quietly or try to brush it off. Instead, he clapped back hard, saying it was actually Tank who didn't want the rematch. Y'all know it. You all sat on that contract we signed right away. It was your side dragging things out, hoping this would fade. Roche said, "Now you're here trying to act tough. Please." The tension never eased after that. Even after the mics were off, the energy stayed heated. But now, with the rematch officially locked in for August 16th in Las Vegas, all the trash talk is heading straight to the ring end this time. No one wants a repeat of what happened on March 1st.
How many rematches have you fought?
0.
What do you have to do to create enough separation where this don't happen again?
Whew, it's a good question. It's gonna be based on my training camp. I have to push myself a little harder. If that didn't get me the win, and I have room. I definitely have room. I'm not gonna lie, I have room.
You believe you fought the best Gervonta, or do you think he got some more gears?
100% for a fact. I think he might have some more gears, but I fought the best Gervonta that night.
That first fight ending in a majority watching. Gervonta Davis put his WBA lightweight title on the line, but instead of securing a definitive win, he found himself in the center of one of boxing's most debated moments of the year. In round 9, Davis suddenly dropped to a knee, claimed. It wasn't from a punch bet because grease from his braids burnt his eyes so badly he couldn't see. The officials didn't count it as a knockdown, a call that ended up being a major factor. The judges scored the bout a draw, allowing Davis to keep his belt.
I just so happen to be a boxing fan that the fact that I do watch him fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really like boxing.
Are you open to immediate rematch?
In my contract, immediate rematch was signed. I signed for the immediate rematch when I signed for the first fight.
Right.
Just in case he lost or just in case it was a draw.
So when you got a rematch clause, how long we take?
It's up to the A side and when they want to fight. So I'm thinking it's going to be soon. I'm hoping it's going to be soon. Let's say that.
What is soon to you? When you say soon to me, I'm thinking a month.
I'm thinking July.
I'm thinking July for sure.
Now that the rematch is set, Tank is making changes. He recently posted a new photo, and fans instantly noticed no braids, the hairstyle. At the center of so much controversy, gone. That one change sent social media into a frenzy. One fan wrote, "Shortcut Tank back, Roach's sleep." Another said, "No braids. Tank is back. Roach in trouble." There's a growing belief among Tank supporters that this version of him will be sharper, more focused, absolutely ruthless. But Team Roach isn't backing down. Roach didn't treat the draw like a moral win. He stayed active, vocal, and determined to get a second shot ever since the final bell rang on March 1st. He even went to social media, calling Davis scared and saying his side signed the rematch contract weeks ago. They were just waiting for Davis to show up. Now that he has, the boxing world is weighing in. Terrence Crawford, one of the sport's top pound-for-pound fighters, shared his take on the matchup during an interview on Ring Champs with AK and Baroque. Crawford believes Davis will show major improvement this time, but when it comes to Roach, he was blunt. "I think you're going to get a better Tank, but at the same time, I think Roach fought at his peak. I don't think he can fight better than that."
Lamont Roach throwing his hands fast as hell. He's in the gym preparing. I think the rematch with Roach versus Gervonta can actually be more exciting than the first one. In my opinion, I've said this many times, the actual fight itself wasn't that crazy. The crazy thing is what you've never seen before, the knee. But as far as a boxing match, it was, if you look at the copy box, they didn't throw a lot of punches. It wasn't like, it wasn't really a great fight.
Crawford went on to explain that Tank Davis's main issue in the first fight was hesitation. He wasn't letting his hands go. He was throwing just 1 or 2 punches at a time. "He's got to open up," Crawford said. That's a big shift in mindset. Because if Davis was holding back and still managed to draw, then letting loose this time could turn the rematch into a one-sided affair. But not everyone sees it that way. Clarissa Shields, another world champion, took the opposite stance in her interview with Fight Hub TV. She's backing Roach to be even better in the rematch. Shields pointed out that Davis is still carrying pressure from outside Theringhand, that it's affecting his performance. Tank needs to get his fear out of the way. "Sometimes anger helps in a fight, but you can't lose control," she said. Shields even suggested that Davis might benefit from therapy to help him regain focus.
Like which version he shows up with, and no disrespect to Roach, but you know what I mean.
No, that is disrespectful to Roach, and like y'all fight fans gotta realize that is disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like he in there fighting another grown man that ain't going for none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And you don't think Roach is gonna come with another game plan or something better or this, that, and third? So when they had a rematch, are y'all still gonna say, "Oh, Take's still not his full self ever since he fought whatever"? You know what I'm saying? Like nah, like.
And Shields isn't just guessing. The fact that Davis dropped to a knee in the middle of the first fight, blaming it on hair grease, shows how unpredictable things can be. Shields sees that moment as a red flag proof of mental instability. And in boxing, that can be the difference between victory and defeat. Then there's Shocker Stevenson, who could be next in line to face the winner. He issued his own warning in a recent interview, saying he's not treating this fight as some guaranteed redemption for Davis. In fact, Stevenson believes the rematch could be even tougher.
Again, because I think that the next fight is going to be a whole lot better, and I think the next fight is going to end with somebody being on the canvas, in my opinion. But I think that Lamont Roach, I want to give a shout out to Lamont Roach for putting up such a amazing performance. We never seen anyone stand there toe-to-toe with Gervonta Davis.
Lamont Roach has been waiting for this opportunity his whole life, Stevenson said. He reflected on sparring with Roach and just how seriously Roach takes a challenge. "I bet money the first fight would go Theta Stansabuzis. I knew he wasn't getting a decision." He added, "What's coming," Stevenson explained, "isn't just a rematch, it's a test. A test for Davis to not only match his big bet, to surpass it. He has to be better than whatever he was last time. It's going to be a very difficult fight."
How you think coming up with
I
Tank?
hope he don't fight Lamont, actually. Like, I hope he don't get in the ring with him again. Because at the end of the day, if he lose, it's just going to look bad on the fight with me. So it's going to look like somebody else already did it. I want
You want Tank to knock you out, yo. I heard him say, like, yo, I want to fight Tank, and that's nice, but why do you want Tank to knock you out so bad? Like,
look, that sound good. That sound real good, but she's too little.
Too little.
I promise you.
And that's what's truly on the line. This rematch isn't just about a title, it's about legacy, pride, and the future. With so much tension around it, this fight goes beyond strategy. It's gotten personal. Calvin Ford's comments at the press conference might have sounded like typical pre-fight talk, but it's clear the tension is real. Both camps believe this fight could redefine their fighters' careers. Davis's team insists Roach was lucky to escape with a draw. Roach's camp believes Davis didn't even want to be in the ring. From contract delays to public jabsint, now Davis's changed look at all fuels the narrative. This isn't just a rematch. It's a battle of mental strength, personal redemption, and unfinished business.
Like I said, Tank is a different animal than people even begin to realize in the boxing world, man. He's on a level of his own, in my opinion. I think this is even going to be close.
All right, Mike, what do you think about that?
I think it was needed, but on the opposite way, though, I think it's more so for Roach, in my opinion. That he proved his point. Honestly, Tank met his match, in my opinion. And Roach honestly should have won that fight. Like, that's my personal opinion. He really should have won. It shouldn't have been no draw or whatever the case.
With Davis switching up his style, bringing a sharper mindset, and hearing critiques from legends like Crawford and Shields, the expectations are sky high. Roach, meanwhile, steps into the ring as the man many believe was robbed of a career-defining win due to poor officiating. Both fighters have something to prove, then the world is watching. This rematch, now officially set for August, has set the entire boxing world ablaze. Promoters, legends, commentators, and active fighters are all weighing in, and no one is holding back.
So now he's trying to please the fans possibly and take this fight versus Lamont Roach in a rematch. You know, is it even worth it to please the fans who are going to love you one minute, hate you the next? They're going to love him this minute, they're going to hate him next minute. Oh, I don't like it. He can fight Lamont Roach, and they're going to say, well, he's supposed to knock Lamont out if he does win. You know, or if he loses to Lamont, they're going to say, oh, we knew Lamont was better. It's just always is a never-ending story in regards to boxing. You can't just please the people.